In this video, we will discuss the components of the reversing valve and its operation in a heat pump system. The reversing valve installed on a heat pump directs the hot discharge refrigerant from the compressor to either the indoor coil or the outdoor coil. Let's identify the four refrigerant tubes. The discharge tube from the compressor discharge. True suction from the reversing valve to either the accumulator or suction inlet of the compressor. Depending on the equipment manufacturer, the other two tubes go to the indoor or the outdoor coils. The 24-volt solenoid operates the pilot valve, which directs the refrigerant pressure to move the main valve piston to change the location of the discharge vapor. A pressure difference of at least 50 pounds per square inch gauge between the suction and discharge pressure are necessary to operate the reversing valve. The 24-volt pilot solenoid valve is normally energized in the cooling mode, which reverses the indoor and outdoor coils. The refrigerant high side pressure from the pilot valve moves the piston in the reversing valve to the cooling position. The opposite side of the piston has the low side refrigerant pressure. The refrigerant oil seals the space between the piston and the valve body. The 24-volt pilot solenoid valve is normally in the heating mode. The refrigerant high side pressure from the pilot valve moves the piston in the reversing valve to the heating position. The opposite side of the piston has the low side refrigerant pressure. The refrigerant oil seals the space between the piston and the valve body. Reversing valve passing is a mechanical issue with the valve piston. The definition of passing is when the reversing valve piston does not completely shift to the desired mode of operation, or the oil does not seal the piston to the piston body. The high side pressure will leak into the low side pressure. The symptoms of passing are compressor is not running and tripping on overload, low high side pressure, high low side pressure, measurement of more than 7 to 10 degrees across the entering and leaving suction lines at the reversing valve. This picture demonstrates the proper place to measure the temperature across the suction lines in either the heating or the cooling mode to determine passing. The 24-volt solenoid coil operates the pilot valve only. A minimum pressure differential of 50 pounds per square inch between the discharge and suction pressure is necessary to operate the main valve piston. Check for proper 24-volt operation at the solenoid coil. 0 volts for heating and 24 volts for cooling. Check the solenoid for shorted or an open coil. Carefully slide the coil back and forth along the core. Listen for an audible click indicating the valve is working. Please join me on Facebook at Certified HVAC Training, where we share training.